Hey guys, welcome to another video. And as usual, before I get started, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe if you're new to this content. And to my current subscribers, I appreciate you guys more. Let's just get right to it. So at the time of making this video, the Bitcoin price right now is roughly about 62,000. The Ethereum price is around the 2,900, roughly 97, right on the border of 3,000. And there's a little bit of talk that the price is actually going to pull back as we approach the decision from the SEC. And I would not be surprised. Hope you guys would not be surprised as well, because that'll be an opportunity for you guys to go ahead and dollar cost average and pretty much go ahead and secure your future if you want to have a return on your investment as you invest in a blue chip token, which is comparable to Bitcoin, that's a lot more updated versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the monster, the granddaddy of them all. But this is the time to actually get into Ethereum at this price that a lot of people are not paying attention to. They're looking at all the other memes. Hey, memes are great, but there's a higher chance that you can go ahead and lose all your money in memes versus what's happening with Ethereum. Ethereum is going to be here forever. And it's over a $400 billion market cap. Not that many meme tokens have those type of numbers, and many of them can't really sustain those numbers. Ethereum price is actually growing over a period of months and over a period of years, very similar to how it was with Bitcoin. So if you're not putting funds on Ethereum, the question is, why not? Why aren't you investing in Ethereum around this time when we know the bull run is going to happen? Now, will Ethereum actually going to catapult in the bull run? There's a high chance it may not, because with all the situations that's happening. So this is a time you want to load up now. So when the next bull run comes around and all of the issues from a legal standpoint is actually moved away from this whole situation with commodity versus security, you'll be in a very, very better situation, because then Ethereum will now get you roughly $6,000-$7,000, and it's going to climb from there. So you want to load up. Look, before 10 years come, most of you guys should at least have at least a minimum of 6 ETH at whatever price you got in. If you get in around the 1,200 to 3,100 to 4,000, you want to get in with a minimum of 6 Ethereum full, and none of it's financial, so that once it starts to get to 20, 30, and 40, and 50,000, you can be financially set when retirement comes. Now, most of you guys are already probably approaching retirement, so you want to load up to get to those numbers a lot more sooner than later, because this will not last for long, okay? Bitcoin is going to get to a point where it's going to be so far out of reach for the general public, over 100, 110,000, but hopefully by this time next year, 2025, it's going to be to a point where you can only admire it from a distance. And that's the reason why you want to get into Ethereum, where you can make a good play and be able to see it for that long-term investment. So the latest update is that Grayscale actually has withdrawn its application. You guys can take a look here. This documentation that was actually released online, that I guess based on the information that's coming from the SEC, why even have your application submitted? Because you're going to definitely get a rejection or get some updates information from the SEC that they're going to go ahead and delay and push it to around July 5th for another decision. I mean, is it going to be delayed even further from the SEC? Just make a decision on what you guys are going to do, and then let the courts go ahead and deal with that, because we all know what the SEC intentions are right now, that they want to classify it as a security, and they're building their case over and over and over. I just hope they have more enough evidence to go ahead and convince the court, because if they don't, Gary's going to go ahead and have to force the hand again and list him as a spot ETF. But I'm now leaning in the direction that it may not happen, and I'm actually hoping that it does not happen anytime now, so that if the price was actually to fall, I can get to those gold numbers a lot more sooner or later, and maybe acquire even more Ethereum and feel really, really comfortable and be even more committed when it comes to Ethereum, and have a solid conviction as to where I know this project is actually going to go. Look, Vitalik has been in this for a while. Vitalik has been around and know about what transpired with Bitcoin, to the point where his proof of work pretty much just as similar as Bitcoin. But the reason why, and most likely most people are saying, is that the reason why he went ahead and evolved his application is to make it more adaptable and change with the innovation time is to come, with the power from computing power, and take a lot of the resources back from using so much energy as what Bitcoin is using now from a mining standpoint. He's trying to revolutionize and get it to a point where it's more eco-friendly. So when time to actually go and scale, there's not that many resources that are actually going to be needed. And this is what happens in technology. You want to be able to provide what is known as density. You want to add more density so you can scale even further out. And this is exactly what Vitalik is doing from a technical standpoint. But in addition to what he is doing is that they are getting ready for what is known as a major update. And this major update is actually going to safeguard it from a lot of different computing potential threats that are actually going to be out there. Because, you know, as time going, as these particular project gets very, very comfortable, they have to always have in the back of their mind that you can always be intercepted by hackers that can infiltrate your platform, your blockchain, or whatever, and actually go ahead and take money from it. So by constantly making these updates, you have to always look at it from a security standpoint, because you have investors' funds there. And the one thing you don't want is that if you get hacked, it would not be a good look, especially with an SEC regulations going on right now. That would be even more of an even bigger case for them to go ahead and say, hey, you know, here we go right now is another reason why we want to classify them as a security. In addition, they don't have a safe enough platform to actually have investors put their money in. And they would reference it and compare it with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, to the point where I don't think anybody that I know of has actually had an opportunity to slow down or even hack Bitcoin. So Vitalik and team have to be vigilant with their approach, with their technology, to make sure it is secure at all levels with all of these different updates. And we do understand that whenever there's different updates that are happening, it always opens a window for hackers to get in. So they have to be very, very careful of these updates that they're doing. Now, Vitalik did mention that this update in reference to what is known as this major update have actually been in the works since 2017, and which is actually really good. So this means to me that they have been actually UATing this particular update for quite some time. It's 2024 to vet it, to make sure it is secure. So when they do go ahead and roll it very sooner to the proof of stake from going to proof of work, he did mention that the proof of stake was in the works. Meanwhile, they had proof of stake actually being piloted. And this is what you do. You want to go ahead and test and test and test before you head and bring it up. So this is the reason why I am not even worried the least in reference to where Ethereum is going to go. And I hope you guys are the same, because if Satoshi Nakamoto was around and want to add even more technological innovation to Bitcoin, he may in fact would have done it as well, because he may want to, looking at the change in time with inflation and all the things that are happening, who knows, he may want to have speed up the network even more, given the fact that we see that some of these blockchains are super fast like Solana. I am sure if he is still alive, he's probably saying, you know, I could have done this and done that. But now the fact that he's away, it will probably be even more difficult for him to come back. And who knows, maybe he could have been passed away as well. So Vitalik is just taking the baton and actually taking it to the next level. So this is the reason why, again, I am definitely interested in Ethereum, because it's more of a computing monster that is actually being created here, that is actually going to be the new improved Bitcoin as time to come. And a lot of people would now come to the realization of what Vitalik is doing. And this is the reason why a lot of you guys need to pay attention to Ethereum. And the question again, why aren't you invested in Ethereum? Because it will be something that will actually going to give you a return on your investment in the future. So until I see you guys again, you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.